talking about what you think the answer to this one is. You have a missing blank.
Okay, so since this is decimal blank, what I think is let's check.
I like how this group's using their place value charts to discover. What do y'all think? What are you thinking?
Yeah, you're right.
Awesome. Coming back in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What did we get? Raise your hand. Alazar, what did you get?
100.
You got 100, which was C. How did you get 100?
Because 100 times 26 is 2,600 and 0.3 is 30.
Awesome. So I really like what he said there. He said he multiplied. This group also used their place value chart. I don't know if y'all used y'all's that you had in your notebook. Another way I can look at this 6 is in the ones place. If I multiplied that 6 times 100, that would put my 6 in the hundreds place, meaning my answer would be 2,630. So before we head off into our stations, let's look at our self-reflection piece. So read the I can statement on top of your paper, or you can look up front. It's I can recognize that a number in a multi-digit number, a digit in the ones place represents 10 times as much as it represents the place to its right. So thinking about powers of 10 and what we have been doing this week, do you still not understand it all? Do you need to go over this again? I understand it, but I'm not completely comfortable. Or I understand it and I can teach it to a friend. Go ahead in your self-reflection box. Write what do you think for today. You'll come in my next group. All right. If you're not done writing your self-reflection piece, finish your self-reflection piece before you head to your groups. So our groups for today, hands-on. Remember to read the instructions before you head to your groups. Here's your group, your orange. You're going to go to this table over here. If you're technology, you can go ahead and go to technology. The computers, most of them are signed in, so go ahead and just sign into the internet and go to eClass. Remember, you are taking the quiz first. It will give you a score, and from there you go back and find the activity from the score. Please pass those out. Collaborative. Here are your markers in order to write on your chart paper about the scenario. You're going here. Work out. Anthony, we get one. All right, I want you to start solving one of these. Everyone gets one. You will all have different questions, and then I will come right back. I'm going to make sure our groups are all set up. But go ahead and start solving the one you have. Remember, you can talk as long as you're at a level 1. Yes. Yes. Do y'all understand what this task is? All right, read it. If you have a question, raise your hand and I will come back over to help y'all. So read through it first. Oliver, are you sure you're okay? All right. So what was your question? So how did you solve that? Alright. So one thing I want you to think about, you see how what is your number increasing or decreasing? So if you're multiplying by a fraction, would your number increase or decrease? Decrease. So you want to win. Alright, I know some of y'all have not finished the problem on the board. Ethan, will you move yours? I'm going to start by giving you a different problem. Most of y'all have the chart in your notebooks. However, I'm going to draw it right here on the board for you. So you have thousands. What comes next? Sorry, I can't spell right now. Then hundreds. Tens. Ones. Decimal. What is this? Alright, make sure you really emphasize that TH. That's super important. Hundreds. I'm just going to write the TH. And then lastly, thousands. Alright, so here is my place value chart. 32, or not 432, 432,000 hundreds. Okay, and I'm going to multiply that by 100. So I'm going to start with my base 10 block. So I have, guys, 3 tenths, my 2 hundredths. So I'm going to multiply by 100. Is my number going to increase or decrease? Increase, because I'm multiplying by 100. I also know that if I multiply my ones place by 100, it's going to end up where? Okay, so in this case I have 4, and if I multiply it by 100, it's going to be 400. So I'm going to move it to my 400. If now I need to multiply my 10th times 100, where would that end up on my chart? In the 10s. What about my hundreds? In the ones. So what is my answer now? 432. Alright, so I'm going to give you one to try on your own. If you need the base 10 blocks, let me know. We're going to do 246, or 2 and 4, sorry guys, 2 and 46 hundredths, and I'm going to divide that by 10 to the power of 2. So we learned that 10 to the power of 2 means what? 10 times 10, or 100. So I need to make sure that I multiply my base number times itself 2 times. Alright, so go ahead and start solving that. Well, and look at my sign. Look at my sign compared to your sign. Alright, so should your number be getting larger or smaller? Smaller. So did your number get larger or smaller? Larger. So, Ethan, should your number be going up or down? Down. Alright, so where would that place that 10? We'll start with your hundreds. So go ahead and start with your hundreds. Alright, so how many times should it be moving down? 2. So where would that place this? In the 10,000s. Good. What about your tens? In the thousands. And then lastly? Into the hundreds. So what should your answer look like? Fantastic. So one thing I like that Anthony did is because we have this open column, what needs to go in this tenth place? Because it would just move. Yeah. No point. 432 divided by 10 to the power of